Hello and welcome to another week of Pete's Corner. I'm Sam Stockard.
And I'm Callie Bateman.
Well, it's that time of year again. The days are getting a little cooler, a little shorter, and thousands of OSU alumni are coming back to Stillwater for America's greatest homecoming.
Oklahoma State has always been known for having America's greatest homecoming, and that still rings true today. This week, we're going to show you why. But no homecoming show could be complete without taking a moment to remember last year's tragedy. I took a look at how the Stillwater community is moving on a year later. At 10:30 in the morning on October 24th, 2015, a car plowed past the police barricade and into a crowd of people at the Sea of Orange homecoming parade. Nikita Nakar, Bonnie Stone, Marvin Stone, and 2-year-old Nash Lucas were killed. 46 others were also injured. Callie reporters Stetson Payne and Kurt Stice were some of the first on the scene.
And all I could see was just this mob of people in orange and black and gray, and kids screaming and wailing, walking toward me. And I remember vividly just these kids that were on their parents' shoulders just bawling their eyes out. And I just thought, oh my God, what happened? And I could see they were just starting to put tape up. And I just went into the zone, like I didn't know what to think. I'd never covered anything like that. The craziest thing I'd ever covered was an electrical fire at the Wooden Nickel. I'd never covered a car wreck or anything like that.
People in the Stillwater community and around the world banded together around the Stillwater Strong movement and donated hundreds of thousands of dollars to the families affected by this great tragedy. They've been covering the incident from day one and through their recovery with Stillwater.
People went back to that intersection and they said, this is our town, this is our intersection, and it's going to be that way from now on. And that's what floored me. I didn't think there'd be that many people there. I really didn't. It was early. It was a year after. I really didn't expect there would be that many people.
Some of the people standing on that corner were Leo Schmitz and Sharon Schmitz. They were both injured. Leo lost his leg and suffered from brain damage, but that didn't stop them. Sharon helped coordinate the tribute to the 4 lives lost during this year's parade, and both of them watched from the exact same spot they stood 1 year ago on that fateful day. It's been a long road to get to where we are a year later, but at the end of the day, we're Stillwater strong.
The tragedy affected everyone in Stillwater, but it was especially hard for the people involved in the crash. After the homecoming parade, I sat down with Brady Artis, a student whose actions saved lives. So can you walk me through the parade?
I look over and I hear this loud bang, and I look over and there's all this debris in the air. And then, so I was like, Brendan, we gotta go. And me and him, get out of the car, and we run to the scene of the accident. And we get there, and it was pretty messed up. There's a lot of people injured. You can tell some were a lot injured, some were dead on the scene. I was, adrenaline high. I was ready. I was, rocking and rolling.
Just reacting.
Yeah. And then it's like, snap, boom, fiance's dead. I'm like, crap, It sucks. It really sucked.
So how has this last year been? How has the incident affected you in your life and how you interact with maybe Stillwater or ROTC?
The first couple weeks are going to be very tough. Everyone responds to trauma differently. My mindset and my training has prepared me to always be very alert, to always keep your head on a swivel, that kind of thing. So after the accident, it was like that times 1,000. I was very aware of my surroundings to a point where it was like, I didn't like crowds, so I'm like, okay, I'm in a danger zone, I'm gonna get, ambushed or whatever, right? I was always checking, windows, corners, checking for places I can take cover behind if someone, try to attack me, stuff like that. And you're just walking to class you're walking in class like you're in a war zone.
Yeah.
And that's just because that's how my brain dealt with it. It was like, trauma just happened, you need to be ready for the next incident. Of course, there's two parts, right? You're that kind of, like your animalistic brain is like, you're in danger all the time. Then it's like, forebrain is like, you're trying to use thought. It took me a while to get those two on the same page. Okay. So took a while to get that out of the way. There's still gonna be lingering effects of that. Now I've dialed it back, I've thought it through it. with some help, it definitely helped me out a lot.
How was being at the parade this year? Was it weird for you? Did it have did it feel different, I guess?
I was very concerned about this, the whole past year. I'm like, oh man, I have to go through it again. And I've been telling myself I need to, because I need to prove to I don't have to prove to anyone else, right? But I proved to myself that, because I'm the job I signed up for is to be an officer in the Army, and that is going to probably involve me going into other areas of conflict and war zones. And so if I'm gonna let a parade incident compromise my resolve, I'm not going to be much of as an officer. So I prove myself, like, I'm going to accomplish, I'm going to show up there, even though I know the exact spot that happened a year ago. I need to prove to myself that it's not going to affect me. And so I got there, and I was really worried about, like, if something happens, start getting brain games going on. I got there completely fine, no problems whatsoever. Walked through it, completed. I was led the push-up board, got everyone did good. Everyone liked our push-ups, got a lot of rounds of applause. It was fun. So there wasn't much issue there. So, to my surprise, I had no idea what to expect. No one knows how they're going to respond to these kind of repeated instances. So it was very surprising to me. I'm glad nothing bad happened. I was there with all my friends, and that kind of probably helped me keep everything in line. So it was all good.
Well, thank you so much for meeting with me today.
Thank you.
And thank you for your service as well.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Later, Brady told me he is a big supporter of the Stillwater Strong movement and encourages people to maintain a Stillwater Strong mentality. Now, let's take a look at all the stuff we have this week for homecoming.
I said, hey, you, perfectly on cue at the end of the night. As I recall, I said, hey, babe, when you walk my way, you caught me on fire. Save me the time, I'll save you the trouble when you've had enough and I can't take it anymore. Something about her, when she said hello, taking you home. I'd rather burn fast than let it burn slow. So let it burn, baby, burn. Let it burn fast, yeah. Let it burn slow.
America's Greatest Homecoming not only means a lot of people, but a lot of events too.
And the first community event of the week is the Harvest Carnival and Chili Cook-Off on Tuesday night.
Our reporter Rachel Cordy is here at the Harvest Carnival event to give us a snapshot of what it really is.
The Harvest Carnival and Chili Cook-Off is an old tradition that has been kicking off the OSU Homecoming Week for over 100 years, since 1913. The Carnival and Cook-Off is an event designed specifically for the children in the Stillwater community.
I think the things that really makes this unique and fun for kids is that there's something different every single year. You don't know what there's going to be. There's so many different options for games to play.
Each year, the OSU student body plans the entire event as a way to bring Stillwater's youngest residents into the homecoming festivities. There is countless fun to have here. With games, prizes, and other activities, kids will surely go home exhausted. Not only is the event filled with fun and games for hours, but it's also a great way to give back to the community. Admission is one canned good donation per person for the Harvest 2 food drive.
One of the things that makes the Harvest Carnival so great is that the whole
community comes out to support it. No wonder it is a tradition that began America's greatest homecoming. The Harvest Carnival and Chili Cook-Off gives you a fun night out with family, friends, and loved ones. And you get the opportunity to help harvest food for people in need right in time before the holiday season.
One is that it's the oldest tradition that homecoming has, and the second thing that I think is really important is each booth has an educational aspect in their game, so the kids are not only coming and having fun, but they're also learning something.
OSU's homecoming is still America's greatest homecoming because events like the Harvest Carnival and Chili Cook-Off represent the real meaning of a strong community, loyal and true. Reporting for Pete's Corner, I'm Rachel Cordy.
Thanks, Rachel. Well, it looks like Harvest Carnival's wrapping up.
Hey, let's bounce back to campus to see what the residence halls are up to.
Sounds good to me. Well, looks like the residents in Stout Hall have been busy.
Taylor Johnson's going to show us how on-campus housing does homecoming.
Homecoming and Greek life go hand in hand at most schools, but that isn't the case at OSU. Residential life and even some of the clubs on campus do their part in the creation and success of OSU's homecoming and many events.
The float for the Sea of Orange Parade, Football Frenzy, Chili Cook-Off, Harvest Carnival, Orange Reflections.
So, no matter how small, every student here at Res Life tries to make their own contribution.
Sounds wrong.
For a student not a part of Greek life, the easiest way to take part in the creation of homecoming is to be a part of the residential hall's homecoming committee. The homecoming committees are in charge of making sure everything goes as planned for many homecoming events. Every student, though, has their own view of what makes this America's greatest homecoming.
What I think is they help the residents be more involved, per se. They have different awards to give out through the residence halls, whether it be pomping, float, the Harvest Chili Cook-Off. They have different awards that you could win, and the winner gets a trophy or a plaque to bring back to their res hall.
Most people immediately think of sorority and fraternity house decks when they think of homecoming events, but not here at OSU. There are many other events that help to make this America's greatest homecoming that Greek life doesn't take a large role in.
And Res Life really bring the life to OSU's greatest homecoming. I believe that they have lots of events and lots of different things that they put on during homecoming, like the tailgate on Monday afternoon, Monday night. That brings a lot of people together and a lot of students together to just talk about homecoming and to be able to become a part of OSU's greatest homecoming.
Every student on OSU campus helps to make this America's greatest homecoming in their own special way. From Pete's Corner, I'm Taylor Johnson.
We're going to head over to All Night Pomp. I think they're getting started.
Yeah, actually, I'm late, so I'll meet you there, okay? I'll meet you there.
Well, okay. Sam, what are you doing?
Pomping.
What do you mean? We have a show to do.
Yeah, but you see, homecoming's kind of tomorrow, so this is a little more important, sorry.
I guess I'll just do this myself. When people think of OSU's homecoming, they think of the huge house decorations. We sent Caitlin Fuller in to figure out what makes this such a special part of homecoming.
Among the 24 events and countless decorations welcoming alumni home, the house decorations at Walkaround might be the greatest attraction. It all began in the 1920s when sororities would decorate their doors for homecoming. Over the next several years, decorations grew in size and popularity. And by 1966, traffic had become so jammed, onlookers started abandoning their cars and walked around, giving the event its name today. In 1969, houses began being judged and scored. Winners are announced at the halftime of the football game. Today, these decorations draw nearly 80,000 visitors to Stillwater during the homecoming weekend. Sororities and fraternities pair up to create the massive attractions. The pairings then spend countless hours planning and creating the decorations. Every pairing must create the entire structure from the ground up. Anything created off-site is prohibited. If they do not comply, that piece of the deck must be covered or they can be disqualified from the competition. Winners receive a trophy and, most importantly, bragging rights. The cost for building one of these 18-feet decorations can be upwards of $20,000, and members are required to start pumping several hours a week beginning in September. Building these isn't cheap or easy, but Kelsey Christensen says it's undoubtedly worth it.
I didn't even really look at the dollar amount because it's all about the big picture and what you come up with. And it's more about how you make people feel too.
Whether returning home as alumni or as a freshman experiencing it for the first time, homecoming is sure to be a cowboy dream. For Pete's Corner, I'm Caitlin Fuller.
Sam, what are you still doing here?
Did you not hear me earlier? Homecoming is tomorrow. I'm sorry. I gotta focus.
You're wearing a suit! Well, it looks like we're not going to get anything more from Sam tonight. We'll check back in tomorrow and see how it all turned out. Hey Sam, it's great to have you back in focus.
Yeah, sorry about last night. Things got a little hectic, but it's okay now because all the pomp is up and it looks great, and walkarounds have begun. We go over to our reporter Braden Klein, and he tells us why thousands of people come every year.
Walk Around is the largest singular attraction at homecoming. However, it wasn't always this way, and the tradition was born sort of out of chance. The Walk Around tradition began unofficially in 1966 when hundreds of people would drive through campus looking at the house decorations. Eventually, there were so many cars they caused a traffic jam, so onlookers decided to get out and walk around to admire the massive decorations. From this point on, OSU's homecoming would never be the same. I spoke with alumna Heather Baxter about Walk Around and what makes it the celebration that it is today. She said not only does it involve the students and faculty, but the entire community gets involved too.
I grew up here in Stillwater, born and raised, and even from a little child, I remember that there was always some sort of excitement around Walk Around and homecoming and the parade and everything.
Walk Around is homecoming's largest event among the more than half dozen events that comprise the celebration, attracting nearly 20,000 more people than Boone Pickens Stadium can hold. I asked a few alumni at Walk Around what it was about the event that made it such a sensation.
I just really enjoy it because there's so much to look at and there's so many people, and it just shows how awesome your school is, and the architecture here is just amazing, and I think it's a really cool deal, and I just find it very inviting. Everybody's so friendly.
Today, more than 80,000 people gather at Walk Around to look at the elaborate house decks and listen to the story behind each one. Many agree that community is everything to this busy little town. The response to last year's homecoming tragedy is proof that nothing will stop the Cowboy family from supporting one another at all times. This year's celebration showed the homecoming tradition has seemed to only grow since then. The Oklahoma State community has established their institution through decades of tradition, something that OSU has plenty of. For Pete's Corner, I'm Braden Klein.
Thanks, Braden. Well, I think I'm going to go get in line for one of these food trucks. You in?
Yeah, only if you give me a funnel cake.
Deal. We'll see y'all at the parade tomorrow. Maybe that one.
This one right here. I'm here on the corner of 9th and Main, where the parade is just about to start. Everyone here is remembering the tragedy that took place last year. Kanan Childress is going to give us more about the parade itself, and we'll meet Sam at the end.
Oklahoma State University's homecoming is widely known as the nation's best homecoming, where families and friends gather to celebrate. Last year, though, tragedy struck. A year has passed since the 4 victims of the tragedy died. But Stillwater is dedicated to never forgetting the memory of Marvin Stone, Bonnie Stone, Nash Lucas, and Nikita Nikal.
Police and first responders were the first to arrive at the 2015 tragedy. This year, they said that they upped the security.
Very generally, with every event that we do, Walk Around, Homecoming being 2 of the major ones here in Stillwater, every year we look at what we did and kind of analyze, are there things that we need to do differently? And that can be all sort of things, not just from a, well, I guess it's all from a safety, security standpoint.
The 2016 parade was a success and people loved feeling safe again. The attitudes toward this homecoming parade reflected remembrance, but yet excitement for the celebration. Megan Baker was in the 2016 parade as Miss American Indian OSU.
I just like how the homecoming parade just brings so many different types of people together.
She said she felt excited about being in the parade.
I just like that I'm able to represent the Native American community in such a widely known homecoming parade.
Stillwater and OSU come together every year to make an amazing celebration, and those homecoming traditions aren't going to be ending anytime soon. Stillwater still has America's greatest homecoming. For Pete's Corner, I'm Kanan Childress.
I'm here at the end of the parade, but I'm still looking for Callie, actually.
Hey, Sam.
Oh, hey.
How'd you like the parade?
Oh, I loved it. Got to watch the whole thing. 5 stars.
Awesome. Well, now that the parade is wrapped up, we're going to head over and see how the alumni are liking being back in Stillwater.
Thousands of OSU alumni flood back to Stillwater for the homecoming festivities.
The ConocoPhillips Alumni Center holds numerous activities for alumni to participate in. We sent Jaleesa Harrison in to get the scoop on our returning Cowboys.
OSU's homecoming is presented by the OSU Alumni Association and is planned by student committees.
America's Greatest Homecoming Celebration is all about welcoming alumni back to Stillwater. We call it that because it contains more than 10 days worth of events that the students put on specifically to welcome alumni back.
From decorating residential halls to Greek pomping and definitely the parade, everything that students do here at Oklahoma State is to welcome back the alumni.
The biggest, brightest homecoming celebration in America. We're really excited to visit the Conoco Alumni Center.
2005 brought about another move for the association by opening the OSU ConocoPhillips Alumni Center. This building is dedicated to alumni, their events, and other university activities. And colorful tradition for both the campus and community. Memories are made here at Oklahoma State, from events and organizations as an undergrad to attending graduate school. Oklahoma State offers a lot to love, possibly even your significant other.
He proposed to me at Theta Pond. So this place is just very special to us. And we love coming back and seeing what all the students have done. And it's just so welcoming, and we just love it. It's our home away from home.
Homecoming is certainly special in many places. It's especially special at Oklahoma State, and that's because it's a wonderful time for us to welcome back everyone in the Cowboy family.
The saying, once a Cowboy, always a Cowboy, is true here at Oklahoma State. From generation of Cowboys, these proud alumni parents are dedicated both to OSU and to encouraging their son Cooper to continue the Cowboy legacy.
We're trying to brainwash him as much as we can, so we're trying to get him to be part of the Oklahoma tradition here at Oklahoma State and bleed orange. It's like, well, we have that.
For Pete's Corner, I'm Jaleesa Harrison.
Thanks, Jaleesa. You know, we are so fortunate to have alumni that come back every year and help truly make this America's Greatest Homecoming.
With so many people returning to Stillwater, business is booming this weekend. Josh is live at Boone Pickens Stadium to tell us about how this affects Stillwater's economy.
Last year, OSU spent just under $50 million on all OSU athletics combined. However, football itself brought in $43 million. When looking at the tax data from last year, the Stillwater Chamber of Commerce's Economic Development Coordinator, Trent Inselman, saw something he didn't think he would.
We start in January about 2.37 million, June 2.3 million, August 2.25, September 2.25, October pretty good spike at 2.8, but then November's back down to 2.3.
This year in particular, a main reason why Stillwater businesses may not be seeing the economic increase they would expect is due to game times. OSU Alumni Association President and CEO Chris Batchelder says early games, while still benefiting the economy, don't have the same impact as a late game.
The longer people are in town and spending money, the better it is for those businesses, obviously, and that's why those 11 o'clock games are so tough for everybody. We have to move the parade time up. There's not people shopping in town.
While tax data isn't showing much improvement, Batchelder also says that homecoming isn't just about impacting the economy, but more so about supporting the community.
Homecoming in and of itself, for the entire time it's been in existence, 100 plus years, is a bonding between the community and the university.
One way homecoming is benefiting the community and the economy is through the homecoming parade. During the homecoming parade, businesses are able to put a float in the parade with their name on it for a small fee. and in turn get a great advertisement for a small price.
That wraps up a fantastic homecoming week. And to be honest, Sam, I had a great time.
Oh, yeah.
We did Harvest Carnival, the parade, and walk around.
Oh, it was a blast. And this just proves why Oklahoma State was and always will have America's greatest homecoming. Don't forget to join us next week. For Pete's Corner, I'm Sam Stockard.
And I'm Callie Bateman.